Yeah. Today we're bringing you a bit more bike content. I'm actually here, same place I did the BMW 330d, to review this BMW F800r, which I rented kindly from Motorbike scooter rental. They were really quite good service and everything. So we're out here riding some bikes. I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm actually, for those long viewers of the channel, I'm actually trying to get Cameron on the old bikes as well. So he's over there on the scooter learning some of that. So yeah, today we've got this BMW F800r. Now I didn't know much about it at first, but I read up a little bit about it, and it's your standard commuter naked bike. It's got quite a few nice trick pieces to it though. So let's go through some of those. Well, first impressions with these standard bikes, they don't really look that cool to everyone, but I think as a poser, it actually looks pretty darn good. I mean, from various things, you've got your Brembo brakes, upside down forks and stuff, which we'll go into, but I think as a profile, as you go around it, it's a good looking bike. You know, it's for especially for the price as well. It's a very reasonable price. You know, you're not getting a bike that looks too shoddy. You know, even your non-bike goers are going to think, oh, that's a nice bike. I've had the CB650, as you know before, which is kind of the same place this bike, but the CB650 didn't quite offer quite as much as this does. So quite pleasing to me. So first start is these massive Brembo 4-piston calipers, 2 of them on this bike. I mean, that's insane, especially considering it's only got 87 horsepower. That's great to have, and they got great feel as well. They feel really good. You got your upside down forks. They don't seem to have an Öhlins on them or anything like that, but they are electronic as well. I can see in the dash you can put them through a couple of modes as well, and that's really great to see on a bike of this caliper. It's awesome actually, because a lot of people don't want all the great speed and everything, but they want that technology, and it's awesome to see this has it. And speaking on that technology, it seems to work really well. When I first got onto the bike, didn't know how much power it had, didn't know how much it got. I thought, oh, yeah, it's quite a nice engine, you know, it does its own thing. But it definitely feels like quite a bit more than the 87 horsepower it possesses. It's only 63 pound-feet of torque, but I think it looks really nice, and also it's a really good engine to ride around town and to commute in, which is what you're going to be doing on this bike. As you can see so far, this bike really starting to tick a lot of boxes. For a lot of people, actually including myself as well. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by it so far. You have all your controls here, and this is the first time riding a BMW for a long period of time and actually getting to use everything, and it's really nice compared to the Honda, for example. It's got, I mean, I don't know what year exactly this is. It does look a bit old, the dash, but you can go through your modes. So like you've got sport, electronic suspension, normal, comfort. You can go through your info, your trip there. You can go through your mode. So you've got dynamic at the moment, then you've got rain mode, road, and then dynamic. Your start stop, everything feels really nice to touch. It doesn't have cruise control on here, which is a bit of a shame, I suppose. But you do have traction control and stuff like that, which again, like I said, for this kind of bike is awesome to have for the people that are going to be using it. Let's see what she sounds like. Sounds pretty good, I think, for a 800cc, a twin, parallel twin. I think it sounds pretty nice. As I've been looking around it closely, you can just see that these BMWs do have a lot of quality going on. Like, everything looks really nice and to touch, and it just looks like a lot of quality everywhere you look. Like, there's nothing that looks cheaply made and, you know, not so good. I mean, there's more than could be said for their cars, but so far here everything looks really nice. and something you could be really proud of owning. Definitely. I think it's actually one of those bikes, especially made by BMW, that really gets overlooked by a lot, but I can see now why people do buy them and often keep them for quite a long time. Now, this being the first BMW bike I have ridden at greater lengths, it's really given me an insight into how premium these bikes look and feel. On paper, it looks like they're not that competitive with their rival. However, when you ride this bike, you realise that there's little things that make it feel so good, such as the throttle mapping, and the throttle control feels so nice to use. It's nice and responsive, yet it's really well mapped out, so it's easy to use. The bike itself, the chassis and the suspension feel nice and solid, and yet they're nice and comfortable as well. The brakes, they have great feel, they have great bite. Everything on it is really, really good. It's really hard to say there's anything bad with this bike. It's kind of like the Golf GTI of bikes. You know, it's good at everything, however, there's nothing really to get so excited about. But, you know, we all end up buying a Golf GTI anyway, because they're just good at everything. Same thing applies here. So first time I've ridden one of these BMW F800s, and actually it's surprised me more than I thought it was, and I'm actually quite impressed with it. I'm not sure I'd own one, but it would make an excellent beginner's bike. If you want your first big bike as something, this is nice, and like it's vanilla in a good way, but it's got all the trick bits like traction control and everything to keep you on the road, and everything's really nice to the touch and feels really good. And all that being said as well, today it's got 64 or something silly to the gallon as well. I don't know how exactly it's done that, but you know, that's what it's at the moment. I think that's because of all the pottering around I've been doing. But yeah, overall I'm really rather impressed with this thing in many ways. And you can actually buy these things in England for around sort of, you know, you can get more miley ones around the sort of 4 or 5 grand mark, but you know, there's quite a few around 6, 7, 8, and I think for that, this is really a bike you can use every single day, come rain, shine, everything, and also you can take out on a trip all the way to Spain and still be comfortable and still enjoy it. So if you're looking to buy one of these and you're interested in one, I think I'd definitely recommend it. And if you're coming to Punta Prima or near there, Motor Rent Oriella, they sorted us out with this F800r for, I think it was 99 euros for a day, or 150 or 179 for 2 days. And I think now I've ridden it, I think it's definitely worth it. It's a really good bike actually, especially for around here. You know, you don't need much more than this. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see more of, what you enjoy, and always what we can improve on, because I'm sure there's a lot of that. For now, I'm going to leave you to what you're doing, because I've got a lot of this to enjoy, and I've got another day of this to enjoy. So I'm going to get back to that.